This is Jody from Poppywinkle, and I'm going to show you how I cut with a craft knife today. But I first wanted to do a quick update on one of the videos I did a couple weeks ago. I had worked with embossing powder, and at the end of the video, I got onto this kick trying to make faux cloisonne, and I didn't quite get it the way I liked it, but in the meantime, of course, I'm trying different things and I'm very excited. So this is 4 layers of cardstock, and I did use the embossing powder on the edge, and I also used it in the center, just like I showed in that video, and I'll link to that if you haven't seen it. But then as the final coat, I did glossy accents on top, and that was the key. So I made this gorgeous little charm. It's about 1 inch round, and it's going to be a perfect focal point on a cluster or any little tag or decoration, even a cover. This is so pretty. So I got a little carried away and made a few of them. But the glossy accents on top, I came up with that idea, I think just as the video was ending. And that was the secret. So I'll link to that, and I'll link to glossy accents because it's always so fun. All right, so on with the video. So last week I gave out this free printable, and I showed how to make these specimen slides out of junk mail envelopes. And I had some people in the comments and in Facebook groups ask me, how do I cut them out? And I use a craft knife. It came with a mat, a self-healing mat. This is just a little bit bigger than a piece of paper, so it's the perfect size. It also came with 30 fresh blades. So that's kind of important because if you don't have a fresh blade, you have to cut too hard, and that makes it just not so good. I also could have used, I have another mat. This one's, what is it? 18 by 12. This is, I use with this thing when I sew. So if you have sewing supplies, you might already have a self-healing mat. This is pretty big. It's a little awkward. But if you have it, obviously use it. But anyway, I'll put a link to this because it's a nice little mat with a blade, and I think it was like $8 or $9. And what I do, this is the printable. I put it on cardstock, and when you have something like this where you have an inside and an outside, you want to start with the inside first, because if you were to cut out the outside, then you wouldn't have enough to hold on to when you're cutting the inside. So my first instinct was to use a ruler, but that didn't really help me on the inside. It definitely helped me on the outside. And what I do is I pull towards me. I'm applying as much pressure as I need to get through, and I'm moving the paper. I'm moving the paper around, and I'm just following the line. It looks like it's hard, but for some reason it's not hard. It's not hard to do. So if you just get yourself a little craft knife and give it a shot, you'll see that it's just not hard. When I'm turning in the circle, I want to pull the knife up. So when you're down like this, the knife has a lot of surface. But when you're turning, you want to pull it up so it has less surface in there to kind of wrinkle up. I'll do it on a sticker and show you what I mean. So there's that. There's the inside. And what you can do, if there are any little pieces you don't like, you can ink over it. You know, if you ink around the edges, all of a sudden everything looks perfect. Like if you didn't get rid of all the lines. So then after I cut out all these centers, I get my knife. This is a metal knife because if you use a wooden knife, you can cut kind of right into the, I mean, a wooden ruler, you can cut right into it. And then after I cut all the centers out, then I cut right down. I use this has a, I don't know what, a little cork part that sticks up that's supposed to make it not slide, but I like it flush to the paper when I'm using a craft knife. So I turn it upside down because I want this metal right flush to the paper. And then you just shoot down here like that. And then I'm just going to do one of these. And then you just cut it out using the ruler. And then if you happen to have a corner punch, you just stick it right in there, and that gets you a nice perfect corner. If you don't, you can just cut around it like you did on the inside. But let me see, what else, what other tips do I have here? Make sure the blade is tight. Oh, you hold it like a pencil. You hold it like this, like a pencil, like all choked up, you know, real close. And that gives you really good control. So I thought I'd do one more little demonstration to show you it's not just flat, straight edges you can do. So I'm going to do this little butterfly here. Now most stickers, this is a sticker paper I printed it on. Most stickers have a white edge around the outside, like if you buy stickers, but I don't find that that's easy to do. You either go too much white or too little white, and it just makes it look awkward and ugly and unprofessional. So when I'm cutting out stickers by hand, I just go right up to the edge of the image. And I'm just following it around, again, moving the paper. So my knife is always kind of in the same spot. It's directly in front of me and kind of going down. I'm coming towards myself, down and a little to the right. And I'm right-handed. So, and I'm just going around all these little tiny little things. And you can see it's not hard. It's not hard. It doesn't take forever, much faster than scissors. Now here for the antenna, I am going to leave a little white because otherwise it would just fall apart. It's too small. Did I do it? Oh, there it is. So there's my little sticker. See how good that looks? And if you didn't see, some places I just left a little bit of white. If you didn't like that, all you have to do is get out your vintage photo or some kind of dark ink. Just ink up the edges and you have got yourself a perfect little sticker. So there you go. Don't be afraid of a craft knife. They're really not hard. Give it a shot. Thanks for watching. Bye.